This coffee that I just made, it is crap, literally. Welcome to Melly Telly. Typically my videos are about travel or food or animals. Since no one's really traveling right now because of the pandemic, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. Today I'm gonna try some coffee that I purchased on my trip to Peru last year. This coffee is known as poop coffee, also referred to as dung coffee, coati coffee, coffee, and Capis coffee. Honestly, I'm not a coffee expert. I don't really know if I'm pronouncing this right, so I'm just gonna refer to it as poop coffee for the rest of this video. So how did I find out about poop coffee? While we were in Peru, we were hiking along the bottom of Machu Picchu and we found this little restaurant for lunch one day. We had the typical Peruvian food, which consists mostly of soup and quinoa and avocado if you're a vegetarian. And as we were leaving, we noticed this little table set up, which had this coffee for sale for only 10 American dollars. I'm like, okay, that's not bad, I'm gonna try it out. So we purchased the coffee. Now, we were told by tourists, other tourists there, that this coffee is usually really rare, really expensive. People might pay a couple $100 for this. So we thought we'd give it a try. What is poop coffee? It all starts with this little animal here. It is a raccoon, monkey, cat, furry-like animal. This animal eats fruits, vegetables, and of course, coffee beans. Now, it is very picky, much like my husband, and only eats the best of the best. So it is eating the best fruits and vegetables and coffee beans that it can find. Once it's all in its stomach, the biles or the enzymes and juices that are fermenting in its stomach from all the fruits and vegetables, they will alter the coffee bean. They strip away all those bitter proteins that you typically would taste to give it more of a complex aroma and a complex taste to it. Once the excrements are collected, you know, the poop, the beans, which are in the poop, they go through the regular coffee process, which is milling it, roasting it, grinding it, all of that. So it's safe for human consumption, it's clean, it's good to go. So today, we're gonna give this a try. We're gonna see if it's worth its money or if it's just poop. Now for the good part, smelling it. Okay, it definitely has a strong smell. There's a hint of chocolate. I do kind of get a sense of fruit. I don't know what kind of fruit, maybe like a berry. There is a little tiny bit of bitterness still, like that same coffee bitterness you would get from any coffee. Let's try it. I'm gonna do, I think, 3 scoops. Yeah, 3 scoops should be enough. I don't wanna, or we'll do 2.5. I don't wanna use it all. This is a very small bag and I wanna use it sparingly. So you'll notice that I have a stovetop, an induction stovetop right behind me, but I'm using this little hot plate to heat up my water. That's because my stove is still broken. It's been broken for 5 months and the landlord still hasn't fixed it. So this is what we've been using. Even though we pay rent for 3 elements, we get 1 to use right now. Typically, I don't use a kettle because I'm so limited on space in this condo, and the induction stovetop is really quick, so I would just heat up water in a pot and then pour it into my French press. If you've used a French press, you know the next step is to put the lid on it and let it sit for a bit. It looks dark. Full of flavor. I let the coffee sit for a few minutes just so it wasn't so hot that it was burning my tongue and I wasn't actually able to taste anything. So now I'm finally going to try the poop coffee. Okay, it's strong, but it's not very bitter. It has a little bit of, I don't know, almost like a hint of like chocolate in there, almost like a mocha. It's a little watery, so I wonder if I need more than 2.5 scoops. Maybe you're supposed to do 4 scoops and it wouldn't be so watery. It's actually pretty good. I like it. I don't usually drink coffee black. I find it very, very strong, but this is doable. It's not so harsh. It's not in your face. It's kind of like a smooth coffee. You know what the real test would be? I'm going to bring in my husband who doesn't drink coffee, and I'm gonna let him give it a go and see what he tastes and if he likes it as well. Now I'm gonna bring in my guest for this episode, my husband, who doesn't drink coffee, but he's...
Not at all.
Not at all. He's gonna try the poop coffee as well. So I got a nice mug for you. I'll pour you just a little bit because you don't really drink coffee.
No, I've
There you
had
go.
like 10 cups in my whole life.
Cheers, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers. We're not gonna cheers.
Well, it doesn't actually smell that strong compared to, like, I smell a lot of her coffees, and I maybe will sip the odd one.
Because every time we travel, I try coffee in every country just to see what it's like. Usually I go for the cheaper, like, no-name mom and pop shops.
But I can already tell you this is gonna taste like water.
Yeah.
You can just smell
You
it.
probably need more scoops, which is kind of sad because it's already down to here. I only did 2.5 scoops. And it's already this low, so it's almost like this bag would only do 2 of these if you did it properly. But
Yeah.
I want it to last.
Okay, here it goes. The big reveal.
No?
No.
What? I
To
like
me,
it.
this seems like a really watered down coffee tea.
Okay, but get past the point that it's a lot of water. What are you tasting?
Not much. It's almost like you put a bit of like instant coffee in there.
Really, I taste like the more I drink it, I'm almost tasting like a raspberry in it. And chocolate. There's definitely a chocolate taste to it.
Sure, there's a little bit of tones, but my palate is not developed enough in order to pick out all of those flavors.
Can I tell you a little fun fact?
Mm-hmm.
Coffee tasting is called cupping. So right now we're cupping together. Great.
That's
Yes. Also, I think you're supposed to put your pinkies out when you drink too. I think that makes it taste better.
Yeah, British style, right?
Yeah, except mine curves. It's like my pinky's not strong enough to stay straight as I drink it. Okay, yeah, typically I add a little bit of almond milk.
Give me one.
Just drop, that's good. So we're gonna try it the typical way. Do you wanna just use the spoon? I'm gonna stir mine with my pinky out. Okay. Does it alter the taste?
Yes.
Yeah.
A
lot.
lot. So now I can taste more of a nutty sensation.
Yeah, probably.
I think it's probably because of the milk. Unfortunately, it really needs to hide behind the milk in order for you to really appreciate it. I wouldn't drink it on its own, but I think with the almond milk, maybe.
And I would drink it on its own.
If I was in a real pinch, I don't know when that pinch would be.
Probably
if we're all
never.
out of tea, and I was, no.
If we're in a pinch and need to drink one of the world's most expensive coffees,
then
you would add milk.
Sure, then I would add milk.
So overall, like I think packages like this or bigger usually go for a couple $100 in the States. I don't know why we got a deal. Would you get this if it were that much money?
A couple $100? No.
What would you pay for this bag?
$10.
Which is what we pay, $10 American.
$10 American. So
I think that's
14
reasonable.
Canadian.
Lately, I've been drinking Dandy Blend, which is a caffeine-free, gluten-free kind of instant coffee. It's made from dandelions. It tastes a little bit different, but it kind of gives you the illusion that you're drinking coffee, just because I noticed I drink a lot of coffee and I'm really dependent on it, so I was trying to kind of get myself off of coffee. So just as an experiment, I quickly made myself a cup of the dandelion or Dandy Blend coffee. Okay, taste kind of creamier, but not as strong. Now that I've tasted the poop coffee, the Dandy Blend coffee doesn't even really taste like coffee. It tastes like powder. It's delicious, but it tastes almost like a hybrid of tea coffee Whereas the poop coffee, which is really full right now, so I should probably drink it like this. That is stronger, but when I just had it on its own without comparing it to the Danny Blend, it didn't feel that strong. So maybe it just depends on what you're used to drinking. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe you should go out and try some poop coffee as well. If you've tried it, let me know in the comments below. Hit the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and can't wait to see you next time.